So we're moving on to the mainsail. I've got the mainsail out here. Gave it a good clean where I needed to. It's not dirty. It's not ever had salt water on it, so it's in pretty good nick. I was just trying to sort out this stitching problem I've had, and you can see, you know, they've got the same kind of stitching. I found out it's to do with the tension on the sewing machine. So you can either have the tension of the back plate or the top plate wrong. I've been fiddling around with the sewing machine, and I think I've got it right now. I've also changed the needle. It's amazing what you learn with a half-an-hour Google, isn't it, really? I've used the sewing machine on and off through the years, you know, but I'm not an expert at all, you know, especially with this sort of zigzag stitch, which is quite important for sails because of the way the sail stretches. You need that zigzag stretch, really. So I'm going to try my best with this one. I'm going to put a reef in at 25%, which will make a really tiny little top sail. We'll start with that one, and by the time we get to the second bigger reef, then we will hopefully have gained a lot of experience. The other thing is the smaller sail will probably need less, you know, we'll probably have less forces on it than the bigger sail. So we'll leave that one till last. I'm going to try and get these done before we go sailing next week, or certainly before we go down to Bala next week. Whether we sail remains to be seen. You know, at the moment with the temperatures, it's just horrible. So, you know, we didn't go sailing this week because it was snowing again, believe it or not, in the UK up here. So just evil, horrible. And I've also been ill. Still recovering a little bit from the COVID, albeit I'm testing negative now. So let's get on with this. Because I've got a memory like a sieve, I've just printed off this really great little diagram of all the parts of the sail. So yeah, I think the reason I was getting mixed up was that the clue and the tack of the mainsail here and the jib there are kind of the opposite. If you think about it, the tack is where the end of the jib is, out on the bow of the deck, and the tack here is nearest to you. So that's where I was sort of getting a bit mixed up, but now I'll know that the clue is on the sort of the back of the sail and the tack is on the front of the sail. So I've just got 2 bits of paper. On the left here, it's my measurements that I did from being down at the lake with the sails last week, and this is a post on the Mirror forum of a guy that's sailed it, that has done a reef in his sail. Now I'm going to work out his measurements, and I'm going to see where they work out on my measurements, because I've got a funny feeling they're going to work out about 60-65% as a sail, a reefed sail. So that's what I'm going to do now. So here is the discussion on the Mirror article, where you can see here that I got my instructions from. And actually what I didn't realise was the guy has actually provided some photographs. So now we can start to see how this works. And you can see that the new eyelet for the reef is definitely... this is up the luff. This is supposed to be 830 mil. Now, you can see the reef up this way is actually, it is lower as you know, we first thought. So you can see there's the eyelet there and there's the reef there. If you look at the sail now reefed, hang on, we need to see the sail fully up. See, this eyelet looks quite high. It should be down here, really. Yeah, you can see this is evidently higher, because you can see here's the seams going across the sail. Now, to make matters worse, the seams on my sail seem to be in a different place to this sail. So they actually go across the pocket. I'm just having a look at my sail now. So on my sail, the seams actually go along in line with the battens. They don't actually go across the batten there, which is really interesting. So, now this was a professional job done by a professional sail maker. So, and obviously this looks fine. But, yeah, it does indicate that the eyelet here is quite well under and the battens stay at this angle. Now my way would probably pull the sail down and flatten the leech here out. So, hi, this is extremely confusing. But yeah, I think we might need to go back to the boat before we start chopping things out. One other thing we can have a good look at here is how they've done the little reinforcement strips. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in any more than this. We could try, actually. Should we see if we can... Oh, we can do that. We can do a little... Oh, zoom in that way. So you can see how he's reinforced this with just a piece of... Looks like the Dacron, like I've done already. And it is quite large. So we know the measurement from here to that eyelet. And it goes right the way up to the first batten there. And this one is a smaller one, actually. But it does go up there. And you can also see he's reinforced these eyelets with a piece of webbing. That's clever. I quite like the idea of that. So we might think about doing that as well. And then here, they're quite well reinforced again, these. But I think that is a bit overkill. They're in diamond format, but I really don't know if that's needed. You know, we're going to find out. Okay, so a lot to take in here. I'm going to go back to the drawing board on this and see if we can come up with a better design. I've also just taken this screen grab from David Sumner. He's quite a famous mirror cruiser, and this is his sail. And although it's got, I think this is called a lug sail, isn't it, this? But you can see that from the bottom to his points, they are different. So, yeah. So I think the answer is my reef needs to cut across the sail like that, and I'm going to use the dimensions that I've been given, and then what I'll do is draw a parallel line up to the next reef point that will give me the reefing point for that. So I think that answers the question. I don't think I need to know anymore because I've got the first reefing point. The only thing is how many reefs or reef securers. I don't think I need 4. I think we'll go for 3, like on the advice on the Mirror Forum, and we'll go from there. So there we go. Brilliant. It is a complicated project. I'm not going to lie. It is such a complicated project, this. If these sails work, I'm going to be so chuffed. So let's just get the sail... Let me try and get the bottom of the sail out and just see what sort of shape this sail is, because maybe I have missed a trick here on the shape the sail needs to be, because if the sail is too not curved enough, but that's just the same. So yeah, even though the sail does have a curve in it, like that curve actually gives the sail the shape to push it away from the boom. The mark on the luff here, at least, is roughly where my first mark was going to be. So my first mark was going to be about 810, so it's very, very close. If anything, a little bit further up than mine would be. But I was going to just go from here straight across, which would put it above that batten. You can see the batten pocket over there, otherwise when you roll the sail up, the batten's just going to be in the way. And I think if we go across here all the way down to over there, right down there, I've got a horrible feeling that batten could be in the way. But if I reef the sail straight across, then my problem is the sail might be the wrong shape. You know, it might be just a triangle instead of, we might lose the ability for it to make some shape. Interesting. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board.